Hi guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back for episode 3 or the second release. Since I'm gonna be a regular on your screen. Yeah. I just came to say hi guys. There's a lot going on. I'm still editing the first video I took, but then I thought, like, since I'm getting in the hang of like editing, I might as well start taking the second video so that I don't keep you guys waiting for the next one, so that as soon as I'm done with that one, then I can post the next one. But yes, I don't really have much going on today. Maybe I could post this as a vlog. This could be my vlog entry, or maybe not. I just want to talk to you guys, honestly. I really just want to talk to you guys and have a time. I'm having some chia seeds in some warm water because today I woke up feeling like sluggish, like my energy just feels down, and so I'm trying to unwind and be energetic for you, and just bring in positive energy and just be a light in this world. So since the last time I shot my video, I've started taking Italian lessons, and I've been looking for work, and yes, I've been looking for work and like just trying to survive here in Milan. And I thought maybe I should speak on like what it's like being a foreigner in Europe, in Italy, or in Milan rather, because I'm in Milan. The people's experiences might be very different to mine. So yeah, like so far, like one thing I will say is that traveling really opens your mind, and it makes you rely on yourself, because there's a level of independence that you have, and you need to be able to like make things work. Like you don't have a choice. Like everyone is like far away from me, and I mean in terms of family and friends, in particular family, but yeah, like you really just need to be able to make it work. And even with my job search here, it's not been a smooth sailing, but I'm hoping for the best. I believe that there's an opportunity out there that is made for me. It's just a matter of finding it and knocking on the right door. I believe that I'm here to succeed. It's a part of my journey to succeed. Like I've always dreamt of coming here as a kid, and today, like, I've been able to manifest it and pray it into life, and like work on maintaining my stay here so far. And it hasn't been easy, but it's doable, guys. Like if you ever want to travel and live in another country while you're young, I highly recommend you do it, because the experiences that I go through here, or what I'm exposed to, is really mind-opening in terms of what's out there in the world. Like coming here from South Africa, like there's so many things that I thought were like stereotypical things that I had in my mind about Italy, for an example, that are not necessarily true. It's completely different when you experience a place for yourself, let alone live in it for some time. It's amazing to be able to visit places and but when you're actually living there and you're trying to settle in, and you're starting from scratch, from nothing, from like knowing no one, knowing nothing about the place, it's a different mind game. But it's definitely been eye-opening. And yeah, I'm young. I mean, like, I can do it. I don't have kids. I don't have any responsibilities that I'm tied to back home for now. And yeah, it's refreshing, in the sense that I am also finding myself as a person, as I'm growing into who I would like to be, I guess. And yes, it's so I don't even know how to explain it, guys. Like, there's just a lot going on. But yes, so far I will say that I am enjoying it, and every day is like an adventure because there's always something that I can explore. Everything is completely new to me. Everything's completely new to me. The culture is completely different from South Africa. The culture, their way of life, everything is different, like everything. And another thing is, when I came here, I don't know why in my mind I assumed that they would speak English, but they don't speak English, like, at all. Like, even at the supermarket, forget about it. I remember the first time I came here, and I was like, the first few weeks of my arrival, I was looking for garlic. I thought garlic was an Italian term. You know what their term is for garlic? Aglio, with the silent G. So yes, it's a lot of adjustment. It's a lot of learning. It's a lot of patience, because what I've realized is like how universal I have to be, like, and inclusive as a person. Pardon me. I always feel that in my designs I need to be diverse and universal and inclusive. But coming here and actually having to practice that as an entity myself, has not been the easiest thing. But it's a learning opportunity, and it's required me to grow so much, guys, because it's so hard to turn from your ways when you're raised a certain way. From the smallest things, like sharing your space, like the way they live here. It's normal in Milan for people to be like sharing an apartment, whereas in like South Africa, Johannesburg, it's more likely that a person has their own small room that they're renting out, but more likely to be renting out their own apartment because it's attainable and it's a fairly reachable goal for people our age, for people in my generation and my age and above. But here, the people are like, they're sharing, they're trying to save the same way. For an example, I would try to do going abroad so that I can like settle in when I get back home eventually one day. People in Milan in particular come from all different parts of Italy and the world. It is a international working hub, and with that, like, the competition is high, the pay grade gets affected, like there's a lot that just goes into it. But basically, it's not necessarily like Joburg. For an example, in Joburg, people come from all around South Africa to come find a job in Joburg. But in Joburg, you can actually afford to have your own apartment. Here, it's like, it's normal to be sharing here and there. Like, there are people that have like their own apartments, I suppose, that can afford to, but it depends on like where you work and how you're working. For an example, there are people from other parts of Italy that work in Switzerland, for an example, and those are the people that can afford apartments. Can you see the, like, it's a lot, it's different, it's very different, and it's quite diverse. There are a lot of Chinese people in Italy. I was actually so amazed. I was like, what? It's like Durban, but with Chinese people in Italy. It's amazing. I find it phenomenal. But yes, yeah, other than that, adjusting and finding friends, like, it hasn't, like, it's weird. Like, it's either you have friends or you don't, and it's either you make friends along the way or you don't. And it's very different to the South African culture. I feel like it's easier for us to just, like, vibe and be friends, you know, whether you, like, it doesn't matter where you're coming from in the world. Obviously, like, you bond more if you share the same culture and, you know, heritage to a certain extent. But in South Africa, I feel like regardless of where you come from, like, we're so welcoming and warm. And not to say that people here haven't been welcoming and warm. It's different. Their idea of warm and welcoming and being friendly and including you is completely different. And adjusting to that has been so hard. And at the beginning, like, I would always feel like anxious, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, because of the difference in our understanding based on the way we're raised and our ways of life, you know. And so I feel like I'm slowly finding my feet, and I'm slowly understanding the people here and the culture, and it's interesting. It's interesting. But all in all, I think, yes, I highly recommend that if you're able to, when you're young, to travel, and if you plan on living in another country, being young, like in your 20s, I highly recommend you do it, because it will either create a home away from home for you, which is how I feel about Italy, despite, like, the fact that I'm still finding my feet. Like, I feel so connected to the country and their love for architecture and design and all these things, you know. Like, they really cherish these things, and they really understand the depth of art and design and architecture, and they respect it. They hold it to such a high degree, which I wish we really had in South Africa as well. And I'm hoping, as the new age generation, the 2Ks, we can do that for ourselves. And I mean, I see it happening. Like, I see, like, the artsy-fartsy people, like, making it in South Africa, and it's so inspiring for me. But yes, I digress. Yes, I highly recommend that you travel and, like, just find your feet. Like, find your feet. Like, for me, coming here, I feel like I have been able to rely on myself, on my prayers, on God, and somewhat my truth, far more than I would have ever been able to back home in South Africa. Because, why do I say back home? I don't get it. You know, I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, why do we say back home like it's in a cave? Like, no. But once again, I digress. Yes, I've been learning to find my feet and just trust in my decision making, because I don't have a choice but to trust my decision making, and trusting that I know I can make, and trusting that I am making the best possible decision for myself, for my career, and potentially the generations that will follow behind me, my family, that I can possibly make right now in the direction of like building the things that I want to build, building my career, building myself as a person, and having to empower myself, because it's really, you really, like, to a certain extent, it's very isolated. And I mean, even before I came here, I was very comfortable in my solitude back home, outside of being around family and friends, like rarely. I was very comfortable in my solitude, but coming to a different country, it has really nudged me in a different way, because being at home sort of gives you a safety net that you just know is there subconsciously. And once that safety net is removed, it's a different level of trusting in yourself that you just need to have, not to like fall off the rails and like get lost. Okay, like just maintaining your journey and like keep pushing forward. And also with this job application journey, I've received so many rejections. I always say this, like, I don't think I've ever been rejected like this in my life. Like, the first time I was job hunting in South Africa, before I landed my job that I had, it was a lot. But being in a foreign country and like stressing about your rent and how you're gonna make it to the next month is a different level of like, it's a lot to take in, you know. And also having to still maintain the things that you have to maintain, like me attending my Italian lessons so I can increase my opportunities, me like keep like applying continuously, me participating in things that I'm involved in right now, like competitions for architects and stuff. Guys, when I say it, like, it really requires me to give my all, even when I feel like I have nothing left. Like, for an example, today, like, I woke up, I was gonna go help a friend out with her hair, and I was so tired. Like, because I was so tired because firstly, I came back late yesterday after my Italian lessons for various reasons. I had things to take care of. And secondly, I came back and I applied for some jobs, and then I started editing the video, the other video, which is something that I'm learning as well, on top of all the other things that I'm learning. I'm learning how to video edit so that I can get Huemaene going and get this YouTube channel going so that I can constantly have content. And so I go to sleep late. Like, my sleeping patterns are so weird. I don't want to say they're bad, but they're very weird. And so this morning, my friend Christine, she called me and she was like, so we are helping each other out with our hair. That's another thing, guys. In Europe, they do not have products for black people's hair. They have products, but there's no Dark and Lovely. There's no, like, there's nothing. They have like your Dubs, your Niveas, your, you know, like the commercial babies. They have those, but even in that, like, it's a limited extent. They have Sephora, which is great. I've always wanted to like be able to buy something from Sephora for myself, buy some makeup for myself, which, I mean, I'm not even like wearing makeup right now. I wasn't a huge makeup baby back in South Africa, but in South Africa, when I was still in South Africa, but obviously it's something I don't know, I feel like I'm becoming more in touch with my feminine side, but that's a story for another day. But yes, like, I was still saying, I like was gonna go to my friend Christine, and I messaged her, and by the time I messaged her, she had already like figured things out. But I was so tired. Like, I just wash my clothes. I don't even wash them myself. We put them in the washing machine. But that alone made me tired. I made a meal, which didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. But I mean, most of it was good. I just had a bad batch of potatoes, which is okay. Like, no one died. So I just decided to snack. And now I'm having some chia seeds and some water, which is literally giving me energy. I wish I had started my day like this from the beginning, because I feel like half of my whole Friday just went by because I was so tired. And it's almost like just being in constant survival mode. You know, like constant survival mode, like. And I know we all feel like this. I know we all feel like this at my age, like at the age that I'm in. Like, we're all trying to make it. We're all trying to look for the next paycheck, or like make it to the end of the month for our jobs, or like maintain the places we're staying in, or even trying to move out of the places where we're staying in, be it home, the place where you're staying, whatever the situation may be. I know we're all going through this, and in that light, I'm not saying that if you are like in your home country that it makes it any easier. No, it doesn't. But like being a foreigner, no one could have prepared me for this. Because despite all these things that you're trying to manage, there's also a level of patience and grace that like you need to have wherever you go. Because I'm always being conscious of the fact that I don't know where my next opportunity is, so I need to be able to take care of relationships that are taking care of me, and at the same time like working through the frustrations that I work through. And obviously like I have support from my mom and my brother and like family, but yeah, I have support from my mom and my brother. And yeah, like it's so nice to hear the motivational words and everything, but like what's going on in here is screaming help. Help. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know like why I'm doing this, but I know it's gonna lead me to something. Like that's the only thing I know. That's literally what it is. It's like I'm in this maze, like I don't know where I'm going, but I know that whatever route I take, I'm gonna make it to the center or to the prize, you know. So yes, like it's been interesting, like, and in terms of the culture shock, I don't think I really got that much of a or maybe I did. I think I did get a slight culture shock. I don't know what I was expecting when I came here, but Italy has managed to meet my expectations and possibly exceed them in terms of like their landscape and the urban plan. The architecture is phenomenal. Like each and every building looks beautiful. Okay, not every building looks beautiful, but you know, like you can see the intentionality in some of these buildings and the history that they always try to preserve, which is so honorable. Like one thing I will say I do admire about the culture and the people of this country is the fact that they really honor and pride themselves in their history, and they pride themselves in holding on to their culture from the smallest thing, like food. Like they love their food, they have pride in their food, and it's something they cherish, and it's engraved so deeply in them that they really take offense sometimes. Like maybe it's not like offense, but like you can see that ish, like ayihlelanga kahle into yoba ipasta ungayenzi ibe la pasta bekumele uba ipasta and stuff, you know. But no one will force anything onto you. Of course, I say this like lightheartedly. No one will force anything onto you, and yes, they love it. They love what they love, and it's beautiful. Like, I really wish, like, at home, like, there were certain parts of our cultures that we maintain and keep as is, and we don't necessarily westernize them. Whew, and this is a very controversial thing that I'm bringing up, but guys, that's my opinion. That's how I love it. I love it for what it is. Yes, there are some things that can't stay the way they used to be, because we're always evolving and growing as people. But I think there are some things that have sentimental value, and they have valid reason as to why things were done the way they were done. And I think sometimes we just take it a little too far, man. Like, sometimes we're a bit too westernized, I was like talking to Christine yesterday. Christine is from Namibia, which is also the south of Africa, and she posted what's the tribe called again? I forgot them. I'll tell you now. The tribe with the Himba people. Guys, when I tell you that I thought the Himba people were like from the north, like western side of Africa, I was like, nah. I actually need to educate myself more about my people and where I come from and my continent. Like, and I need to be proud about it. Yes, like, we're gonna go into the western side of the world to try find opportunities, build international networks, and meet people, and like live so that we can see and learn from the western side. But I've come to realize, like, there's so much value from where we come from, and there's so much to learn about where I come from. And already there are so many lessons that I learned from home in the most simplest way, and I'm not going to go into detail about it right now, but simple things that are just like, this is different. What's normal to us is not normal to everyone. Like, what's normal to me is not normal to everyone, and that's what I'm learning every day. Like, guys, when people say your normal is not everyone's normal, or I don't know where I've heard that from, but when a person says your normal is not necessarily their normal, I understand it. I understand it so deeply, because like, I'm just like, also, I feel so Americanized in a way. I don't want to get too political, because I'm not a political girly like that. Like, no. We don't have that conversation here. But these are just things I'm learning about traveling. These are things that I'm realizing about where I come from, the richness of where I come from, the generational lessons that I've learned from where I've come from, the way of life that I've learned from where I come from, and not to compare Europe or this Italy to Africa or South Africa in any way, but I'm learning that we don't, like, I don't know a lot about Africa and African people outside of South Africa, and I feel like that's a bit negligent on my end. It makes me feel so like like, it makes me feel so uninformed, and like, Like, why am I so oblivious to this? And why are we like not privy to these things? Like, it should be normal that I know where the Himba people are from. It's a tribe that I've seen on Instagram that has like red hair, like with mud, I think, I'm not sure, like a clay mud texture situation. Beautiful people, and they sort of like put on their skin. Beautiful people. I had no idea they were from Namibia. And I was having this conversation with Christine, and I'm like, it's so insane. Like, I feel like I'm so westernized in South Africa, or I'm so not even westernized, like we follow the American pop culture, entertainment culture so much so that we don't know what's going on next door, you know. Not to be a ditzy bob or anything, but even like how close Namibia is to South Africa, I had no idea. I thought it was somewhere in the middle, guys. Like, and I say this from a place of humiliation. I'm so humiliated by it. Like, it's not cute. I don't find it cute that I have this perspective about these things, but I guess it's something that I'm learning, and I guess I will pride myself in trying to learn more about where I come from and the lessons from where I come from, just as much as I'm opening myself to learn about other parts of the world, you know. And yes, it's making me feel more so like a complete person, because the way I see the world is literally opening up. Like, when they say traveling gives you a different worldview, it is if your wealth is improving by the day. I promise you that. Because I like, things aren't what we think they are. One, they may be better or not for some parts, and both ways, because like sometimes, like for an example, every person that I've met here that has been to South Africa, they get what's going on in South Africa. Like, they get it. Obviously, majority of the people have been to Cape Town, but some people have been to Joburg, have been to Cape Town, have been to Durban, have been to different parts of South Africa. And I'm always so impressed when I meet someone here in Italy and they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, South Africa. And they're like, oh wow, what a beautiful place. And I'm like, yeah. You know, like, I always get so excited and so proud about my country and where I come from. But for the people that haven't been, it's different. Let me just put it like that. It's very different. It's like, you know how like there's this thing of like how, for an example, people from abroad think South Africa is like the jungle, or like we live in caves with lions. It's almost, it's like an underlining, how do I say this politely? It's like an underlining tone of that mentality, but that's not what it is. And I mean, I don't blame them, because even coming here, like, as much as we are raised differently and we are taught differently in comparison to what they're taught here, like, life isn't that different. I think things that are different is like their systems, their political systems, and the government, which is a different topic. But outside of that, like for example, when I came to Milan, I'm like, "Aibo guys, December morning, happy." Literally, I was like, "Aibo, Joburg CBD, hi." Especially with like those buildings, those abandoned buildings in CBD, it's the same thing. Is the only difference is they actually use the buildings here. Like, they use all the buildings here, and yeah, like, yeah, guys, like, it's different. But yeah, I just came here to rant, and it's so nice to actually talk to you guys. Talking to you guys actually boosted my mood today. Or maybe it's the chia seeds, or maybe it's a little bit of both, or maybe it's just time for me to enjoy what I'm doing right now with these videos. It's so different, but I also enjoy learning about different people, and like every day is something new. Sometimes it's tiring, sometimes it's exciting, sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, I'm not in the mood for this. Like, I'm not in the mood to learn about anything new, so I'm just gonna stay indoors. Outside of that, like, it's chilled. Also, it's like, even the way I think of things now, I'm slowly learning how to. I thought I was really good at adjusting in different spaces, but now that I don't have a choice but to adjust, I feel like I can adjust far better than I've ever been able to in my life, because this is not my mother's house. It's not my home. So yes, I think, yeah. And also, if you like, for whoever is considering traveling to another country, like, I think educate yourself before you go. Like, maybe get in contact with people like online. For an example, I'm part of an exchange, an Italian and English language exchange group, which is phenomenal. Shout out to Mariana. If you see this, girl, you're doing it. Yes, but yeah, like, I don't even know if I would have been able to have an idea of what it's like here before I came here. But if you can build relationships with people before you go to the country you desire going to, I highly recommend you do it, because then you'll learn a lot about what you need to prepare, how you need to prepare it, how things work, what's the best solution to find a place, what's the best solution to like have deliveries from other parts of the world, small minor things like that will make your life so much easier. Because coming here, like, I've had to learn everything myself without like any help, which is not a bad thing. Like, it's actually mesmerizing how I have managed to adapt to date since I came here, which was about 8 months ago. Yes, but even though I've been able to adapt, there's still some things that I'm learning about the country that I like, that are like, what? They have this here? Damn, that's nice. And obviously, like, I'm a bit restricted as a foreigner, but not in a bad way, but not as much as I expected to be, in the sense that like you're free to be who you are. Obviously, we need to follow the laws and whatever, but yeah, like, it's all these things that you just need to learn along the way. Like, their public transport is completely different to South Africa. Like, they don't use like Ubers that much here. Like, here you don't need an Uber. In South Africa, we use Uber, we use Bolt, we use Gautrain. You know what they have here? They have Metro. Like, in South Africa, some people use Metro, some people don't. And we have taxis. They don't have taxis here. Well, they do have taxis. Their taxis are Ubers, but they don't use them that much, unless it's like to the airport or to like moving to another place for convenience. But it's very rare that the people here use taxis, because it is expensive, firstly, and secondly, there's a problem with parking. This is a new thing that I learned. Like, having a car in Milan is like there's a problem. Like, finding parking is an actual thing. like it's an actual thing, because the roads are so small. They only have enough room to accommodate so many cars, and they don't have apartments the same way we have them, where like I think some parts of Milan do, but from what I know or what I've seen where I stay, for an example, ayikho iparking, guys. Umuntu upaka estradweni. Parallel parking estradweni. So yes, it's very different, and I'm learning every day. And yeah, like I also realized that we have a lot of similarities as well. Like it's not all different. Like we have a lot of similarities, and that's also a learning thing. Like if I hadn't come here, I wouldn't know that we share some of the same sentiments that they share here. And yeah, like it's been one hell of a ride. Like it's been extremely interesting. And yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this video off now. I've been going on and 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 on about like moving, but it felt good, like just venting and like sharing some of my experience with you guys. Hopefully, if you guys have any more questions, like comment below. Please like, share, subscribe, push the notification bell. And let's get to a point where I can say, watch those ads. Let's get to a point where we can say, watch those ads, baby. But yes, I thank you for tuning in and allowing me to ramble and just talk your ear off and just like wasting time with me in my company, in my presence. And yes, I look forward to the next one, guys. See you soon. Ciao. Italiano non parla inglese at all.